And I keep getting stronger. Tonight I hunt with the pride. You can't take my pride away. I can sing with the birds and the trees in the morning, or roll like the storms way over the ocean. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible, impossible. Shine if I want to. I win every time if I want to. The world mine if I want to. Make the world mine cause I want to. Even on the days when I'm late as ever, my timing is right. Even in the darkest moments, stay close, I'm that shining the light. I can make an earthquake nervous, I can make the sun wear a visor. I can make a wise owl see me as a daily advisor. I'm that cool shade, peaceful night, and still my breath is a storm. I bet I can make the thunder clap when I perform. It's just that in the laws of nature, I'm breaking the rules. Only thing I'm bad at is being a loser. Hey, I can make time traveling a surprise. Make graveyards feel alive. Break the immortal down to his demise. I make the moon blue, I'm making pigs fly, now I move mountains. I would've beaten the heart of a crash test dummy, I'm more so astounded. Yeah. Look up and beam to the stars so you can turn off the lights. I do the impossible, impossible.
We are about 10 miles or so southwest of downtown Los Angeles at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood.
Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Green Bay Packers and the Los Angeles Chargers. The veteran kicker Mason Crosby set to do the honors here. And we are underway in Southern California.
DeAndre Carter now from his end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. Herbert on the first play wants to pass it.
Steps away to his left. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. That's a start they can live with. 15 yards on their first play from scrimmage. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack. After the sack on first down, Herbert. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off, not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on third down, makes it manageable now.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Able to get away.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Herbert's throw there complete to Allen. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play. Excellent defensive effort to get to him and provide a little contact before the catch could be made cleanly.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Herbert. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 25-yard line. Running on first down, Eckler. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Herbert. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy. It's not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. On play action, it's Rodgers. He has it complete to Christian Watson. Finding room at midfield. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Now a first down carry by Jones. Down to the 41.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
And here's Jones again on 2nd down. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the 1st on the 35-yard stripe. Rodgers going to go on 4th down. Got a man, it's Tunyon. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And picked up by the Chargers. So a rocky start on both sides offensively. Turnovers exchanged.
I saw what you did there.
What'd I do? Rocky. Two Rockies.
I saw that. I got it. And, you know, and right now, they're carrying it around like they are wearing boxing gloves if we're going to have that kind of a reference. They've got to get it together and start playing a little bit better ball.
And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line.
But both teams practice this situation, and this time the guys on offense won, and in a very nice way. What a run from that position on their own goal line.
Gave them some good breathing room.
I wonder now, do you still stack the line of scrimmage, or do you play normal defense? They may have backed them off with that run. But this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Herbert on 3rd down now. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
On first down, it's Herbert. Steps away.
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Quay Walker came through to make the sack. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him. I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play, but sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one, weren't able to do so.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
Herbert able to show his wheels as he gets the first.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
Now it's Herbert. Rolling to his left. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. On first down, Justin Herbert eluding the pressure right.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert.
He'll find Williams on the slant.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers 35. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Herbert. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Herbert throwing again.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked off by Jair Alexander.
And the Packers are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Well, we've seen quarterbacks get away with throwing the ball on the run, no doubt. But this, Charles, I think you'd agree, not the best of throws.
And listen, you're not always going to have a clean pocket to step up with the proper mechanics and deliver the football. I mean, that's a given. But you also have to understand your limits and know what you can get away with and what you can't when you're trying to make a throw like that.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. So no scoring in our first half. What will the second half bring as we are now back underway? A tie game. I don't think anybody in this building, including you or I, was expecting that.
No, I would agree with that totally. I didn't expect to see it at all, but I kind of like where they were going with this. You know, as you said, tie game, trying to steal a possession, steal an advantage, and you told your defense at the half you were going to do it, which also told them that you had confidence in them in case it failed, as that one just did.
And now you've given good field position here to start the third quarter. And they'll be stopped right at the 30. On a play that started back at the 15, they pick up 15. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. On play action, Rodgers.
This is caught. It's Christian Watson.
Touchdown!
Christian Watson.
31 yards. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Crosby with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
From his end zone, here comes Carter. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Herbert being chased out left. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
Gonna throw on 3rd down with Herbert.
This one incomplete. Almost picked off by the rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's 4th down.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
On 4th down, Herbert. And Allen's got it. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
So the 4th down conversion sets him up with this. 1st and 10 at the 40.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it.
He's got room at the 30.
And some room to maneuver. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
46 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers.
Austin Eckler
Taking it in from a yard out.
And the Chargers are an extra point away from drawing level. And they'll have Herbert try and throw for it.
He's got it at the 2. And he'll get in. And they take an 8-7 lead. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Again, it's Jones. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 quarters in the books.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. By the way, you'd be looking at about a 47-yarder from here as they come up on an important 3rd down. Now Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And Lewis has it, the tight end. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Now Jones. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal.
Jones again.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Aaron Jones
punching it in from a yard away.
And the Packers answered back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead.
They're going to run for it with Jones. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points. And that helps. That gives them a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
Taking it about the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Charger drive about to get going. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. 57 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert out to his left. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. Up the middle with Eckler. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Justin Herbert looking to pass.
Quick slant complete to Keenan Allen.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 13-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown.
Austin Eckler.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Herbert.
And it is caught. They got the 2 points, and with it, they've taken the lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Able to find Jones.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. To throw is Rodgers. But he hits his target, the tight end Lewis.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Now Rodgers.
Open man left side, it's the tight end Tunyon. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Rodgers to throw.
He'll go right back to Tunyon. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
An inside give to Jones. Joey Bosa in on the stop. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll go again to Jones. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Now Rodgers, a free play. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5.